Pride and Prejudice, Chapter 2. Chapter 2 opens with a quiet but significant event. Mr. Bennet, after repeatedly claiming he would not visit Mr. Bingley, has actually done so, secretly and without informing his family. This single action becomes the spark for a wave of excitement, confusion, irritation, and humor inside the Bennet household. The household remains unaware until evening. Elizabeth is trimming a hat when Mr. Bennet delivers one of his perfectly timed remarks. "I hope Mr. Bingley will like it, Lizzie." The room freezes. Mrs. Bennet, already anxious about social opportunities, responds sharply. She complains that they cannot possibly know Mr. Bingley's preferences because they are not allowed to visit him, a complaint aimed at her husband, who had refused to go. But Mr. Bennet simply watches the reactions unfold. Elizabeth gently points out that they will meet Mr. Bingley at the next assembly. Mrs. Long, their neighbor, has promised to introduce him. But Mrs. Bennet dismisses this at once. She accuses Mrs. Long of selfishness, insisting the woman only cares about finding husbands for her own nieces. The tension rises, and Mr. Bennet sees his moment again. He remarks that he is glad his wife is not relying on such a woman. Mrs. Bennet, irritated, turns her frustration toward Kitty, whose only crime is coughing. What follows is classic Bennet family humor. Mrs. Bennet claims Kitty is tearing her nerves to pieces. Mr. Bennet counters dryly, "Kitty has no discretion in her coughs. She times them ill." Kitty protests, offended at the idea that she coughs for amusement. But the conversation quickly returns to the real subject. How soon can they meet Mr. Bingley? The next ball is 2 weeks away. Mrs. Bennet panics. Mrs. Long will return only 1 day before, leaving no time for introductions. Mr. Bennet, enjoying every moment, proposes another solution. He suggests that his wife might introduce Mr. Bingley herself. Mrs. Bennet is horrified. How could she introduce a man she has never met? Mr. Bennet responds with sarcastic admiration. "I honor your circumspection. 2 weeks' acquaintance is certainly very little." He warns her that if she does not seize the opportunity, someone else surely will. The daughters stare. Mrs. Bennet declares all of it nonsense, but Mr. Bennet continues the performance. And then the truth arrives. Mr. Bennet reveals, as casually as if it were nothing, "If I had known you disliked him, I would not have called on him this morning." The entire room is stunned. Mrs. Bennet moves from disbelief to pure delight in seconds. She praises her husband as though he had performed an act of heroic sacrifice. For Mrs. Bennet, this is the best possible news. She is convinced this acquaintance will lead to marriage for one of her daughters, or perhaps several. She declares she knew all along that she would persuade her husband to go. Her excitement becomes overwhelming, and Mr. Bennet quietly leaves the room, exhausted by the emotional storm he himself created. Once he departs, Mrs. Bennet turns to her daughters with renewed hope. She reminds them how tirelessly she and their father work for their future. Then she confidently assures Lydia, the youngest, that Mr. Bingley is sure to dance with her at the next ball. Lydia responds in pure Lydia fashion. "I'm not afraid. I may be the youngest, but I'm the tallest." The moment perfectly captures the humorous, chaotic energy of the Bennet household. As night settles, the family turns to speculation. When will Mr. Bingley return Mr. Bennet's visit? When should they invite him to dinner? And how soon will the much-anticipated ball arrive? Chapter 2 closes with excitement, anxiety, humor, and rising expectations. The calm before the deeper entanglements to come. Mr. Bennet's secret visit to Mr. Bingley causes a stir in the Bennet household. Experience the wit and humor of Jane Austen in this immersive audiobook chapter. Subscribe for full audiobooks.